Visibility sucks when it means you're busy, but it's not converting to money in the bank or whatever result you're after. That's not brand building, that's unpaid labour. Today I'm answering the questions frustrated experts and founders are asking and showing you exactly how to fix the disconnect between being seen and being valued. Let's start with question number 1. I'm getting visibility but not conversions. My guess is that you're confusing people because you're sharing your broad expertise, all the things you know and can do. You're not calling out the right person for you, the person you want to convert. You're speaking to the wrong crowd, or not pointing to a specific action or next step that you want them to take. Or no one's listening. It's probably a combination. The problem with visibility is that it's sold as the way to build credibility and get clients, become the go-to in your niche, the ultimate organic sales funnel. Is it? The easiest thing in the world is giving away your time for free. Now, if you've got a full calendar but no cash in the bank from it, that's what you're doing. The problem is when you are visible, you give off a signal to podcast hosts and people who want to collaborate that you're up for it. It becomes a trap if you're doing what I call busy visibility. To fix this, you want to only do results-based visibility. Now, I take clients through my visibility conversion audit to get the most from their interactions. Let me show you step 1. Level 1 is connection with the right people. It's made up of the match and the frame. You want to attract the right people and repel the wrong ones. You want to speak to your ideal client's pain, problem, the thing that's going to get their interest. For this to work, you have to action each point in sequence. When you answer these questions, you quickly realize if the opportunity is a good fit. Now, I ticked the box of layer 1 for this video by calling out people who are visible, the person whose attention I want, but they're not getting the results they want from it. That's the pain they're in. You need to do the same thing with match and frame for your ideal client. If you want my help with this, subscribe to my newsletter. I'm creating a new program to help people like you nail how to communicate so they benefit from their visibility. You'll be the first to know when it goes live. Question number 2. My content isn't translating to sales. Okay, are you speaking the language of the person you want as a client? Are you being specific to them, their problems, pain, ambition, dreams, and how you help and how you are different from others in your niche? Now, this is my hierarchy of a brilliant communicator. This middle bit is where most experts live when they communicate. But the thing that gets the right person for you paying attention is, oh, that's interesting. Let's go back to the visibility conversion audit. Level 3 is conversion. Now, are you doing step 8? Do you have one clear next step? You want your ideal client paying you with attention first and then with cash. Question number 3. I'm often overlooked for speaking opportunities. I don't know how you got the speaking engagements. You use the word often, which means you've been booked before. So I'm going with you're new-ish to it and the gigs you've done are not the higher level ones that you're after, or you want more of what you're doing. Do the right people know that you want to be a speaker? I know so many fantastic experts who are the world's best kept secret. In fact, many of them are much more interesting than the people I had on my TV program. But I didn't know they existed when I needed to book an interview guest, which is a shame because those people, the people who got on my program, were broadcast to 200 million people. Imagine what that would do for you. So here's what you can do to fix this. Break it down to phase 1 and 2. Phase 1 is what I call your DIY moment, where you take ownership of your brilliance. This is more of a mental shift as well as a few practical things. If you're not being invited to a stage, build your own. You don't need anyone's permission to share what you know. You want to be a speaker, so get on video. LinkedIn Lives are great for this. And do it yourself. So phase 1 is you stepping into the spotlight that you make, you create. No permission needed. Now, if you're being asked to speak, but you want to be known for something specific or something different that you're not being asked to speak about, Do it on your DIY stage. You're signaling what you want to be the go-to for, and it's a great test to see what resonates when people react, ask questions, comment. You get a feel for what people want more of or are confused about. You're reinforcing your match and frame connection. Now, if you're already comfortable and have a great talk that you've nailed, you're already signaling and maybe you're with a bureau, then it might be that you're not showing how you're different to others in your space. You want to highlight your take, why it's important, what an audience takes away from time with you. This is still about defining your match and frame. Now, if you have this sorted, your problem could be that you don't have the right assets in place. You need a video. People want to get a feel for you, a speaker sheet that sets you apart from others in your space, and sample talk outlines. You want to make it really easy for the person who decides who to book to know why you are worth listening to and that you are not going to let them down, which is why them seeing you in action is key. How do I connect emotionally with my audience? You want people to feel like you get them, that they made the right choice spending time with you. Your word to wisdom ratio needs to be really high, which means make it valuable to them really quickly so that they lean in, wanting to know what you're going to say next. You want your audience to feel trust, excitement, empathy, urgency, to feel something from what you're sharing, and to feel good at the end and after your talk. Ending with an uplifting inspiration is a great way to make this happen. You want to be remembered for the right reasons. All this happens when you are genuinely enthusiastic about sharing your big idea. You want people to know what you know because you know what it does for them. Make it about them, not you. Speak with them, not at them. Look into their eyes. Take time to let a point sink in. You want to take them on a journey. It could be, oh, I didn't realize that, or, oh, I get this now. Question number 5. I'm not sure what to say even when I know what I mean. Okay, let's define even though I know what I mean as even though I know what I want to get across. Here's a simple framework to work through what to say. Whose attention do you want? What's important to them about the issue you want to bring up? This could be a result they want, a feeling they have. It's about them. Write it down. What's the big idea you want them to know or take away from you? Write that down too. Why should they care about the thing that you want to share? Answer it by completing this sentence. This is important because, and frame the rest of the sentence with why they should care. What's in it for them? And make the first word you, not I. Question number 6. How do I make a lasting impression in a short amount of time? The thing people remember most is how they felt in your presence and how they feel about you once it's over. Now, I get clients to define a couple of things before any interaction, before they start crafting their message. One is, what feeling do they want people to have at the end? That inspiration at the end is a great thing because it means there is hope. And number 2, what aha do you want people to take away from your interaction? For this video, the aha I want you to take away is that visibility only works when your message is filtered, focused, and built around the person you want to reach, not everything you know. The third thing is, don't cram information in. A few days ago, I watched a billion-dollar CEO being beamed out to millions on CNBC, and clips of him were put out on LinkedIn and YouTube. He made this mistake. He had a lot to share, spoke fast, ran out of time, wasn't composed, and the host spoke over his most important bit at the end. If people forget everything you say but remember one thing, what will it be? That's how you start and end what you're saying. Make sure it's framed as something valuable to the audience. Question number 7. Despite my experience, I'm not seen as a thought leader in my field. Thought leadership isn't a label you give yourself. I see people do this a lot, but it's not how becoming a thought leader works. It's what others say about you. It's an outcome. And it happens when your voice, your content consistently create value, a new way of addressing issues. It's about being the person people turn to because they trust what you're going to say. you become the person they remember after the meeting, the panel, the call. So really, to become a thought leader, do everything I've gone through here, plus put your insight, your take, your way of explaining, solving, doing at the centre. And subscribe to my newsletter if you want to know how to make this happen. But the bottom line is that you won't get the results you want from your communication or your visibility if you don't filter out the wrong people and make it very clear what you are all about. Click on this video next to find out exactly how to make this happen. I'll see you there.